sure you guys have been in the hobby for quite some time. I've heard a lot of people talk about supply and demand. That's what drives the value of cards. Well, today I'm going to demonstrate it in figurative form of how exactly it works. Because I know a lot of you guys have never really seen it, you may not really understand it when people talk about it, but here I'm going to demonstrate right here how it works. Okay, so imagine that all these figures right here represents the hobby prior to 2019. When all the new collectors came aboard and it started to flood the market with new money and making the prices go straight up. So prior to the pandemic, just this example, this is how big the hobby was, like probably around this amount, and then just using a clear Jordan. So the last auction, it will probably start at around $10,000. Okay? That represents that. Now, we're going to show a clip of how unscrupulous people try to hype the hobby.
Hey, it's me, from TheLAHobbyist.
Okay, now you've seen the commercial or the video. You have a lot of those guys typing that stuff on Instagram, YouTube, social media, and then this is kind of like what happens. Then what happens is that the value tend to skyrocket like this. Tend to skyrocket like crazy, and I know this is a different card, but this is what Ultimate Pastime reported in June of 2021. How Kobe Bryant rookie card just skyrocketed to 26, 30,000, whatever, and it just goes up and up and up. And now we're going to demonstrate how the market starts to rise and fall. So right now, before the pandemic, we have the Jordan for 10 grand, and then here my partner here is going to.
I'm gonna throw more money at the Jordan.
So here's the new guy.
Yeah, I got so much money from unemployment, and I'm about to throw 20 grand at this Jordan. So I'm gonna just boom, 20 grand, baby. I changed the comp from 10 to 20, so I'm cool like that, and I'll never run out of money. And that's how I feel. That's how I felt at the time I bought the Jordan for 20. Okay. And I took the card.
Okay. Now the next one comes up, and we repeat the auction again. And more people get in there.
Hey, look, it's me.
Thank you.
It's always just happened with that.
Now me, I go in there, I'm high roller. I'm all like, I can beat that. So here's 10 grand, 20 grand, and 30 grand for that.
And Craig just bought a Jordan for 30 grand, changing the comps from 20 to 30 grand. Big money Craig.
Okay, now at this point, it's going to get to a point where it's the money and investment's going to get out of hand, and some people start to drop out. And then now you have fewer people involved that can spend 30 grand on a card. So now
Only the strong survive here.
now we have another one comes in here.
Jesus.
And since AJ and me, or a lot of us already have the card, and we're waiting for the values to go up so we can make back our investment and get really rich, even richer, all of a sudden the next one slips because there's fewer people willing to.
No! I just bought it for 20 and I make no money.
So now it goes to 20,000.
Oh.
Okay, now seeing that this is down to 20, now guys like AJ and me who invested, we're like, it's going the wrong way. We're getting nervous.
Let's go up.
Okay, so now we throw our cards back into the market. And then it starts a chain reaction in which
22K OBO, please.
Please. Chain reaction where we start flooding the market with our cards, and then the values keep dropping. So that's kind of an example of how a lot of this stuff works. Now, I kind of want to address certain things like, okay,
Hobbit.
now at some point it's going to level off. Like in theory, it's not going to drop all the way to zero because this is like an iconic card, and at some point it's going to get probably around where it was before, where like around 10. Well, it's not 10 grand, but at some point it's going to hit a point where people are going to start buying it again, but it will level off. Some cards, like the Honest Wagner, that's kind of applies the same way because it's an iconic card, so it probably won't really drop that much in value. However, the vast majority cards are like this guy, which a lot of you guys are probably too young to know, but this is kind of an example of the many cards of like people speculating, and then once went up for big money, and later on he kind of fizzled because most of the young guys don't even know what this is. But it went down to like practically a common player. So in conclusion, I kind of wanted to just show you how a lot of stuff works. So the very least you guys can do to take away from this is seeing this example. And that concludes this the presentation. And
Thank you,
guys.
Appreciate you, Craig.
We'll have another presentation at the next meetup. Thank you.
Yeah, how to trade up or trading.